Howdy doody. Are we all in and sortable? Do you want to mess with that or mess with your glasses?
Have you checked your balls?
Oh no.
See that? Giving me a bit of grief, and she hadn't even checked her balls.
So we are home from a fantastic adventure. Still a little bit jet lagged, didn't we, Paulie? But we didn't sleep too well last night. I must admit, we got back late yesterday, wasn't it? English time. So we are here with some most amazing amazing news. Well, anyway, we're going to wait for about 10-15 minutes to let everyone get here, because we know there's a few people that limp in during that time. Well, they do, don't they? Well, so, but it's something that we're just bursting. Is that the right word, Paulie? Bursting.
I think you're giving too much information out.
Okay.
I think you should move on.
Okay. So I just check we are. If someone can see, are we on the book of face yet? That would be great. Let us know. We look like we got a thumbs up, so that's always good. So anyway,
I'll have a look. You carry on with
so many people here already. Thank you so much. Can I just say, firstly, thank you so much for all of you that have been following our journey on Facebook and Instagram. We've had so many lovely chats on that there, and obviously all our guys in Patreon and YouTube who've had some different stuff, because they get obviously more behind the scenes stuff. But it's been absolutely fantastic seeing you all. We had over 1.5 million views on Facebook in the last 28 days, which blows our mind, doesn't it, Pauline?
It does.
We're still continuing our story on there.
It only shows up if I press the circle.
Why is it doing that again? Anywho, so let's doesn't matter. Let's carry on with this. I don't know why it does that, but there we are. So, so our story's continuing. We're still in New York on Facebook and Instagram, but we wanted to finish the story because there was so much information to give out, and I wanted to give out the tips that we can, what we learned there during that time. So, so do carry on following us there, because, but it's been great to everyone that has.
Yes, it does get a tad confusing, because I put a story out, and then there were some people who just arrived in New York, some bloggers who we hadn't met before, and they said, "Oh, wouldn't it be funny if we bumped into you in New York?" And I said, "It'd be amazing, because we're at the airport flying home."
Yeah, I know, but we can't do it all. And also with our social media, we want to make sure it's useful and doing it on the go. We don't want to be we want to be enjoying the moment. Anyway, so let's see who's here today. Laura was the first one here, saying, looking forward to a live before PNC go back on another adventure. Yeah, we're literally home for 2 weeks and we're off again. But we'll be telling you more about that, obviously, next week. And let's see. Nick and Tracy here saying, don't forget to the like button. If you have a question, please start your comment with the question. Yes, please do, so we can pick it out from all the comments that pop up. Nick and Tracy also saying, question, is sailing on an older, smaller ship more intimate and cozy for a couple who want to do a relaxing cruise compared to a bigger, more modern ship?
Definitely.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Island Princess was a great size. It's 2,000 passengers. It's got some fantastic lounges. There was 2 areas that got quite busy, which was the lounge. What was the lounge called, Pauline?
There was the Explorers Lounge.
Explorers.
And there was the Wheelhouse
Bar. No, Explorers Lounge is where they have a lot of the game shows, a bit of equivalent to sort of Princess Live area. They used it, didn't they? So that got busy and you had to get there early. But the other lounges, we always found a seat. It's got some fantastic outside space. It had a lovely Salty Dog Grill bar, which looked over the pool, which was perfect for sunsets. So, yeah, definitely a smaller ship sometimes gives you that more intimate feel. So we would definitely cruise on Island Princess again, wouldn't we?
Yeah, I liked it.
Jeff's here, ahoy from the Gulf of St. Lawrence. Oh, where's that then? I presume that is somewhere on the Canadian coast, because I know the guys went out of Boston and were doing a similar itinerary that we did on Celebrity Eclipse. So, but thank you for joining us.
Is that something to do with the St. Lawrence River? Is that, I'm assuming, is it?
It might, because that's the river that goes into Quebec. And check you out, Paulie.
You know, some of it sinks in now and again.
Some of it. So let's see. Joseph's here. So Joseph and Michael, want to say hello to our 2 favorite people, Paulie and Carole. We had a wonderful time Sunday. We could have stayed up all night talking. It was great. Certainly, we haven't shared those posts yet on our Facebook, but we met up with some fantastic people in New York that showed us new places that we hadn't been to. So we've got quite a few posts coming up now showing you exactly what we did with everyone. And Joey and Mike were 2 delightful gentlemen that we spent an evening with. Had a fantastic fantastic restaurant, which wasn't too, when we looked at the menu, wasn't too crazy prices for in the middle of New York. I mean, New York's expensive, so you're looking at spending good money whilst you're there. But we laugh so much. And thank you, Joey and Mike, for your generous gifts. That was so appreciated.
It was.
But we did. We laughed. Like you say, we could have stayed up all night, but time just goes, doesn't it? But certainly when we'll be back, we definitely need to catch up again. So let's see who else is here. So Gillian's here too, and Anna and Mike are here. So love to see you guys. And Ted K, have a nice day. Oh boy, lots here early today. Exactly.
Well, there is. That's an hour ago.
It is. That's 6 o'clock.
We might not even get to 7 o'clock at this rate.
We'll go and say hi to everyone who's obviously asking us questions. Otherwise, like you say, we'll be here all night. So Nick and Tracy are asking another question. As you like Bermuda a good deal, I want to go back. Would you revisit with a cruise, or would you want a land-based holiday there?
I think, as it turned out, us getting those other ports cancelled and giving us an extra day in Bermuda was fabulous. What I would say, I'd love to do a land holiday there, but it is very, very expensive.
Yeah.
But
not expensive to get around on public transport, because if you've seen our posts, it was so easy to navigate around the small island. So definitely recommend that. But for eating out and drinking out, it was in my
defense. I started a story. I was too efficient, if you can believe this or not. There was a period on our last holiday that I was too efficient, and I was told I had to slow down with the stories because Carole hadn't actually posted proper posts about the stories yet. So I had to. So because she was lagging behind, and I was carrying the team again on my broad shoulders, and I started telling the story of how we self-explored. Which entailed us getting off and getting the ferry from the ship, the dockyard, whatever it's called, King's Wharf to Hamilton. We then got a bus from Hamilton to Horseshoe Bay, and then we got a minibus from Horseshoe Bay back to the ship.
Yes.
Now, so we had a cut. So obviously, do a little sum in your head. So we had the ferry. We had a couple of hours exploring Hamilton, lovely cathedral, bit of shopping, had a coffee, etc., etc. Then we got the bus to Horseshoe Bay, and then we got a minibus after that. So you imagine what the cruise lines would have charged for that. Now, my guesstimation would have been about $150 a person if I had to guess what they would charge you. That cost us less than $15 a person because we did it ourselves, and we had the luxury of knowing that if it all went Pete Tong, we didn't have to be back because we weren't sailing until the following afternoon. So when you're in a city, I would never, recommend going out and, flying by the seat of your pants and missing the shit. But when you're in a situation like that, it's definitely worth.
When you've got an overnight stay, just go and do all the local transport, because if you do get stuck, it's not the end of the world, is it? It's not the end of the world. So so that was good. So my ideal thing would be a cruise and stay, a bit like we did with Morella, did a week and then 3 or 4 nights. That would be perfect, I think, for Bermuda, wouldn't it? But cruises don't stop at Bermuda, sadly. They always go from New York, or Bermuda's on the way on a transatlantic, etc. So it's not something you can get off, is it, or do as part of that. You could do it separately, obviously. But it's certainly something us and the cruising connects that we were cruising with all said, love to do a land holiday here. Maybe good to look at over the winter months to see what prices there are, the hotels. Totally. But something we would like to do both, wouldn't we? And
just on an unrelated matter, I'm looking on Facebook and I've never seen this before. Now, obviously, if people are asking questions on Facebook, I appreciate it's going to come up. But it's also coming up of people who were just watching without commentating.
Oh.
And one of those...
Commentating? You mean commenting?
Commenting. And one of the persons watching is Doug Morgan.
Hey, Doug! Yes, because we have a lot of people that are frightened to comment and stuff. Well, not frightened. They say, I don't like to comment. I just like to watch. But so that's lovely.
Doug's one of my mates from racing.
Yes.
He's a good old boy.
He is. So Sue's asking, welcome back. Thank you. Did you get to go back to Ellen's Stardust Diner? And if so, was it good as last time? We did. And it was, wasn't it, Paulie?
Yes, and yes. The only thing that made me slightly sad, because they're all so talented and I want to see them all get on because they just seem like a good old bunch, was there was a guy singing there and it was fabulous, and it made me a little bit sad because I thought, oh, he's still there and he deserved definitely to be.
Because that week they said they had 8 of their servers and that make it and break it out onto Broadway. And that's obviously why they're there. They're showcasing their talents while serving you the food and the drinks. Yeah. And it was amazing. We were directed upstairs and I thought, oh, this isn't going to be as good as last time because we're going to miss all the performances. But all the performers come upstairs and downstairs and you see them all and they all come and interact with you. And it was great fun, wasn't it? So if you are in New York, and we haven't done a post about that yet,
no.
And, which is one of the posts coming up.
And they do the best ever waffle fries.
They do. Oh, they do. So, yes, they do. Right, let's have a look at this. So, Carrie and Mike are here. Hello, all from Washington State. Yes, we will be heading your way soon, and we can't wait.
But we have to.
We have to
wait.
We have to. We got busy 2 weeks. I've got to try and get 6 videos done by next in 2 weeks to cover it all, but I can't
see a problem.
Yes, we'll try my best. Joseph's always asking, on Sunday I asked you if you went to the Champagne Waterfall on Island Princess. I think you said you saw it. Sorry, I don't remember because I had too much wine at dinner. Did you go? It's fun. We did go, Joseph. We watched it and we watched the captain speeches afterwards. My disappointment with the Champagne Waterfall, I'll just get rid of this so you can see my face, is that they obviously, for those that don't know, it's all champagne glasses, all in a big pyramid. And then the captain comes and pours, or the hotel manager will pour on the top so the champagne cascades down. Now, I was ready there and I waited. I got a prime spot to get a good video. But what they actually do is they pour the champagne on, they let it go to about the first 3 tiers, and then they stop. Because what they want to do is you can actually queue up so you can have your picture taken and pour in the champagne with the hotel manager or captain, whoever's doing it. So it gives everyone...
Are you trying to say that they're being mercenary and trying to sell pictures?
Well, I think they are trying to sell lots of pictures. But I wish that they would have just done, poured it so you had the full effect. Because you didn't ever get to the full effect.
But the trouble is, once it's got the full effect, nobody's going to have the
No, I know.
I know what you mean.
But,
yes.
It was more of champagne dribble.
Yeah.
Than a champagne waterfall.
And we couldn't risk going up on stage because one of us would have fell over and just took the tower out.
Yeah, can you imagine?
Because we're klutz.
Yes. We learned so many new terms when we were in New York with Joseph and Michael about different things. So that's funny. Yes, we are definitely klutz. So let's just have a look at that. So let's see here. Oh my gosh, Kevin Austin has just said, hey, for your Premier Economy flight. Well, thank you, Kevin. Do you know what? We're going to be looking. We've got some points. That's the job for the morning, isn't it, Paulie? Yes. To see if we can upgrade our seats on our flight. We're flying into Seattle.
If there's anything
and
available.
Out of San Francisco. We've just spun Premier Economy coming back from New York, and we did it there as well. And it was joyous. It was such a stress-free experience. Plenty of room, and I wish we could afford to do that all the time. So thank you, Kevin, for that. That means a lot. So
I'll buy you a drink when I see you next, Kevin.
Yes, which will be soon. So thank you so much. Let's have a look at the next question. So where were we? Jumped around.
Well, we're still on about 6:05.
I know, but I'm going to the questions, Paulie.
I got to be in bed for midnight, mind.
Mike and Carrie are saying, on Bermuda, do you happen to know if there'd be anything related to World War II to see my grandfather was stationed there with the army as part of a coastal artillery battery?
We didn't, I have to say. I didn't see any sort of reference to any military stuff. But I mean, let's be honest, I wasn't actively looking for something. So,
but all around the naval dockyard, there is some exhibitions and things in a museum there, which we didn't go in. So I'm sure there would be. But if anyone's been there and knows that information, then let us know. Yeah. We didn't tend to migrate to that. We were migrating to catamarans and the beaches.
Yes, definitely.
So
and rum swizzles.
Rum swizzles, yes. So, Kath said, are we all early as we're excited for the news? Yes. Exciting news. Definitely look forward to hearing. Ted says, just walked in and there's lots of people here feel like we need some music playing as a warm-up. Morris is here. So, love to see Morris. Good evening, everyone. And Corinne's here and Rose. So many people. Asking each other if they've been baking. So, that's lovely. So, Rose says she's been baking banana muffins and chocolate and fudge cookies. Very nice. And Corinne says, 47 years and 50 minutes ago, I gave birth. So if I drop out of the live, it's because my son in Calgary is calling me in his lunch hour. No problem at all. Let me get rid of that drop down thing there. So let's see what the next question is. Gosh, so many people chatting to each other. Sean's here. So would you redo the cruise again as part of it was cancelled?
I'd happily do the cruise again, still with them parts cancelled. We'd been to 2 of the 3 ports that were cancelled anyway, but spending more time and doing more exploring of Bermuda would definitely be high on my list.
Yeah. We're now looking, we haven't had a chance yet because we haven't stopped since we've been home, is looking for New York Bermuda cruise with a 3-night in Bermuda, because that would be perfect, wouldn't it? Because we love New York. We had such a fabulous time in New York. There's still so much more we want to see. And Bermuda just, well, we just fell in love with it. I knew what was to expect, but I think, Paulie, you were quite surprised. The lovely thing about Bermuda is like going to the Caribbean, but not being harassed. They're not allowed to harass tourists, and we find that a bit tiresome in the Caribbean, getting bugged all the time with people trying to sell you stuff. So going to Bermuda is just refreshing, because all the locals are very helpful, and they're genuinely helpful, not trying to scam you. And we just found that so refreshing, didn't we?
We were having a coffee in Hamilton, and customers were walking into the coffee shop, and they would look across, good morning.
Yes.
And it was like,
how are you today?
People don't even speak to us in Gloucester, let alone in a foreign country. So it was very, very, very refreshing.
Yeah, I would too. Like Sean's asking, would you redo the cruise again? Without, yeah,
oh,
definitely. Barnsley Tykes in the house. So
hello,
love to see you. Let's see the next question. Andy and Carla here, and so they were so busy chatting on Discord that I forgot to check in here. Hope everything is fine, and looking forward to the amazement. And next one, I'm trying to catch up. There've been so many chats going on our members' Discord, so I've been trying to catch up with it. But it's just lovely seeing, even when we're not around for a few days, are busy doing other things, that everyone just chats to each other, which is awesome. Jim and Dwayne are here, so love to see you guys. So Jim said, hope yous aren't as wet and windy as we are in Durham. We are. It's very wet and windy here, isn't it? It's been sort of on and off torrential rain in between some sunshine, but at least the garden's getting some water.
The garden.
So Ted was saying about music there, Carole saying Rod Stewart. Andy and Carla saying, how is the jet lag? Not too bad. We woke up at like 3 o'clock this morning, didn't we? Both led their wide awake thinking, oh my God. I said, I'm not getting out of bed because I'm just going to make myself go back to sleep. And you came downstairs, watched a bit of telly. I did fall back to sleep after a couple of hours. And then we woke up together at 11 o'clock this morning, didn't we, Paul?
I watched 2 episodes of Resident Alien, the final series, which means nothing to Carole, but
I do know what it is.
To anybody. Anyway, so... And then I went back to bed.
Kevin B's here, yo. So we spent some fantastic time with Kevin in New York, which will it was just awesome. So Trude's here, said, evening everybody, hope everyone has a good week. I won't be here next week. I'm off on QM2 for a cheeky 4-nighter. Very, very nice.
Well, I still don't see that's an excuse for not watching our live Trudy, because they got Wi-Fi on there. I expect they'll have it on the big screen, won't they?
What? QM2.
Our live.
Oh, our live. What, on QM2? Yeah. Jim and Dwayne are saying, has Paul been swept up to do the film for the next CSI intro? Laugh out loud. That was me, actually. I did
Carole.
it.
Yeah,
yes. For those who've been following our Facebook and Instagram, I tried to recreate the Law and Order actually intro with the time lapse in Grand Central Station. Do you know, I could spend hours. If you're going to New York, make sure you get to Grand Central Station. It's the most amazing place for people to watch. There's so many things inside to go and see and stuff, isn't there? It's just fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. Kevin saying, Carrie and Mike are saying, you've set the bar high for a tour guide in PNC in Seattle, sir. Yes, he has. Gil and Sandra say, I hope you enjoyed our cruise. We did. Let's see. 2 lives in 1 week. Yes, we managed to do a live on Sunday, which we were just a bit of an impromptu one, which we're going to try and do more when we go away next. We always worry a little bit about, is nobody going to be around? It's not the right time of day because it was 3 o'clock UK time on a Sunday. But you know what? About 200 people turned up, and it's had nearly 3,000 views since. So thank you so much to everyone that watches our lives afterwards too. It really does mean a lot. So let's see about this. Let's have a look. Evening, Andy and Chrissy here from Morton on the Marsh, and Jerry and Diane, and Grace is here. So that's always
Grace.
good. Let's see.
My favourite croc wearer.
Yes. Lisa's here. So good morning, afternoon, evening from Barengo Springs, California. We have a balmy 36 degrees or 98 Fahrenheit. Welcome home, Paul and Carole. Thank you so much. Karen's remembered the live tonight, so thank you so much. And Amanda and Chris are watching from Blackpool, so that's cool too. Claire says she feels like she's late, but you're not, because you're still, that's not even 7 o'clock, isn't it? So let's have a look. Can you spot the next question? Mark's here. He's on deck from Doha in transit to Nairobi on another fantastic trip before we catch up next month, which will be awesome. So Reese is here, Reese and Catherine. So thank you for joining us. So many people,
You're getting nearly up to the start of the live now, right? Oh, there you go.
Reese is saying, what do you think of celebrity river cruises? Difficult to say, because they've just gone on sale, haven't they? Would it be something that I would jump at doing? I think no, we've learned from things that start off new that's always not good to get on the first one. Might be good for views, but it's not good for mental health and editing, I found. So it'll be interesting to see what people say on the first one. I don't see what you can do different with river cruising. I think ocean cruising, the ships can be very, very different. On a river cruise, the ships will be the similar size with similar facilities. So what a celebrity going to offer that others don't?
There's only so much you can do, isn't there?
Yeah.
You can't have like a volcano on there, or like a circus big top or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know, go-karts maybe. But no, I don't see what
yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what they do, how they do it. So yeah.
We froze?
Penelope, no. I froze. No, I was just reading. Has anyone just got back from Arcadia? We haven't, but someone else might. So Paul is here, and so is Florida and Lionel. So lovely, lovely. And Greta's saying hello from Norway. Hello there. Let's see what's the next question. Catherine's just setting up the ironing while you watch. Oh my gosh. So we need to do a post about this, Paulie. Have I got it? Did I take it upstairs? The spray. Rose introduced us to the spray, the Downy spray. It's in our Amazon
pretend
shop.
It's in my hand now. It goes like that and you spray it on.
Oh my gosh, it is awesome. Paul's blue jacket was a bit screwed up.
It was.
And we sprayed it, left it hanging. Nothing, no iron needed. So I'll write myself a note to do a post about that.
Write yourself a note, I need.
Write yourself a note, but do check our Amazon shop, and if you're traveling soon, order one, because you don't have to iron. It was absolutely amazing. So Julie's here saying looks like you had a fab cruise. It was fantastic.
What was disappointing is when I read the instructions on the crease remover, and it says, do not spray on your face.
Yeah.
It did say that.
I know.
Because if you were allowed to spray it on your face, it's that good that me and Carole look like we were about 18 now.
So let's see if there's a couple of questions, and then we will do our huge announcement. So
is it huge?
It's huge. Well, some people might not think it is, but for us it's huge. And I might put the iron down and grab a drink. Caroline's asking, how is the jet lag? Do you have problems recovering? We do sometimes, but we seem to be in a bit of a rhythm already, don't we?
Of course, the last time we came back from New York, we came back on Queen Mary 2. So there was no jet lag. But this time, I didn't sleep at all on the plane, which was 6.5, 7 hours. And then because of the time that we were getting in, we took the gamble for the very first time. We got the National Express coach back. And I have to say it went very smoothly. And I did nod off for about an hour on the bus.
Yeah.
And then, and then sort of went to bed twice last night.
Yes.
And, yeah.
But a good lie this morning. So hopefully... New York for us is only 6.5 hours, which we thought it was 7.5 to 8, didn't we? So actually, flying across the pond's not hard. It's it's 4 and a bit to go to Greece. Yeah. So when you think of it that way, it's
I mean, it took us 7 days last time, but we were on a ship.
Yes, that's true. So one more then. Tony saying we are on our 8th of November with an extended balcony on deck 10 mid forward. Are there any pros and cons? For us, there's loads of pros because the views are fantastic, as you can see down the side of the ship and right out into the ocean. The one con that I can think of is if you are stood on a certain part of your balcony, everyone can see you. And some people don't like that. we're not bothered. But
it depends whether you like walking around in your birthday suit, Tony. If you don't, then get out on that extended balcony and jog around, do whatever, your heart's content. But other than that, yeah,
I think pros definitely outweigh the cons, because you've got an area that's totally private.
Yeah, I don't think anybody said, "Oh, I wish my balcony wasn't quite so big."
No, exactly that. Right then, Paulie. So we have, how do we say this? Because we've come home to something very, very special. And I'm getting emotional thinking about it. So you might have to do it, because this isn't cruise or travel.
Not even a drum roll.
Oh no, go on then.
Oh no, you try, because I'm watching this. If I could, I'd do a 47-day drum roll, but I'm just going to do a little one. And the amazing news just in is that we're grandparents.
We are grandparents. And today we've been to meet little Louis, and he's just amazing. Oh dear. So I know it's not cruise or travel related, but obviously our personal life and stuff, we've kept it very quiet because because it's private news, isn't it? We wanted everything to go fine, and we knew that it would happen slightly at the end of when we're coming back. But it's the most wonderful news. And today we've had our snuggles with a little Louis, and he was so squidgy and so soft and lush. And
is that technical
Lucas
terms?
And Tessa do
You're making me worse, mate.
Oh, so this is us today. So this is Paulie with a little Louis having his snuggle buggles. And it was just, well, you speak, Paulie. Oh,
I'm enjoying you speaking. It was just the most wonderful. Obviously, it didn't come as a surprise, but it was just the most wonderful news. It was a little bit earlier than we expected, because we would have been home, but nevertheless, just the bestest news.
Yes. And so there's Nana Carole. Probably doesn't know what he's going to be called yet. He can't make up his mind, can you?
Well, I said
it was just wonderful. Well,
I thought you could address me as Mr. Morgan.
No. So I'm sorry if you were waiting for a big sort of cruise and travel announcement, but we just thought this is just one of the most special days ever, isn't it, Paulie?
Yes, it's absolutely.
It is. And we wanted to share it all with you, just because, literally hours before we did our live was the first time we've met him. So absolutely amazing news for us. Yes. So let us know if you're.
I forgot, obviously, women questions. Questions. Yeah, because this is the questions. What's he called? He's called Louis, no S on the end, Louie.
Yes.
Patrick Morgan.
Yes.
And he's £8 and 13 ounces.
So he's a big bruiser, isn't he? But he's so cute. So yes, so that's
we say he's a big bruiser. He's actually an ounce lighter than his dad was when he was born.
It's funny calling Lucas dad, isn't it now? So
so that's it. So thanks for watching.
No. So what should Paul be called? He can't make up his mind. I'm going to be Nana Carole. Paulie doesn't know.
Nana or Nanny?
Well, I quite like Nana. What's that program? Nana. I don't mind either or. So if you're a grandparent, let us know what's the best thing you think about being a grandparent is, isn't it? And what do you think Paulie should be called? So yes. So
clean answers only, though, please.
Yes. Kim's in. I'm going on a river cruise next year. I'm looking forward to it. We're going to Paris. Very, very nice. And Mark and Sheila here. So that's lovely. Don and Scott are here and asking, how are you so awake? I don't know. I think with the excitement of being grandparents, I think
now you know the answer, because even though we had a lie-in with a sort of a 3-hour gap in between, the thought of going to see little Louis this afternoon would have, if I hadn't slept for 6 months, I'd have still been wide awake. Exactly. Will you be booking the National Express again? Yeah, we will. It worked really well. You go from the central bus station at Heathrow. It was about a 20-minute walk, would you say, from Terminal 3? But you got the travelators, and it was easy to find. It was very stress-free. Yeah. National Express buses have come on a long way. They used to be really quite ropey and old, but now they're modern. The seats recline. We had a USB port. It was very quiet. There was only about 10 people on our coach, so Paul sat in front, and so we could just spread out a little bit and snooze. So I think it's all down to how it fits with your plans. Like when we were coming back, it fit perfectly with our plans as long as there was no delays. And for 3 large suitcases. If you've got large suitcases, you have to book them in, you have to pay for them, whereas you can take X amount of hand luggage. And for 3 big suitcases, booking our seats, and we were dropped basically a £5 taxi ride from where we live. That cost us £70.
Yeah.
So even with the taxi ride, 75 quid for one way. Now, if that had been a taxi, which is slightly more convenient because they pick you up directly outside, that would have been triple that, easy triple that. It's about anything from £2 to £250 each way if you do it.
And the train's far more expensive.
And the train still
driving and parking at airports now is getting crazy prices, isn't it? Mad, so that's why we tend to. So let's have a look here then. So we've got Jeff saying buy a snuggle from us. Oh, thank you, Jeff. That's really generous. Oh, that's really cute. Yeah, we had so many snuggles. We didn't want to leave, but Tess was looking so tired, bless her. But they've it's just we're so proud, aren't we, Pauline? Yes. So very, very proud.
I mean, not to, you don't want to drag it out anymore than it needs to be, but they've had quite a tough time and they've been trying for a very, very long time. So this is something that we never thought was going to happen. So I think that's made it even more special. And for a long, long time, I see all these people getting all gooey and I got a grandkid and I think, what's the matter with you? He's just a blooming kid, isn't it? And then all of a sudden, it's not just. He's been
like a real emotional blubber.
I did.
It's just lush.
Yes, we found out on our last day in New York, and I'm quite happy to say that I did cry.
Yeah, you did. So Ian's just saying, question: an Australian billionaire is building a replica.
And we haven't even been drinking.
No,
only water.
We're only on water now for 2 weeks.
Apart from when we go out tomorrow and Saturday.
So an Australian billionaire is building a replica Titanic. Would you sail on it?
Yes, I would.
Yeah, I think so. I think it would be interesting.
But I'd be best friends with the bloke who plays the biggest thing in the orchestra, the double bass thing. But not anybody called Rose who won't let me lie on the door.
Yes, who just pushes Jack away and lets him drown. So Angela's asking, is the Island Princess comparable to Howell's Nordam? We've said Holland America, but not Princess. Yes, in essence it is, Angela. I would say the only thing that I feel is missing from Island Princess is an aft area. They put in 100 cabins and taken away the aft spaces, which I think is really sad. And I think I would definitely go on that ship, but I would probably try Coral Princess, which is the sister ship, which still has the aft areas. What Nordam has got is beautiful aft area with a lovely pool and lovely deck areas, hasn't it?
But what I would also say is what Nordam's got is better live entertainment. As in, I did feel that the live music around the ship wasn't the best. It was all right. It wasn't terrible.
It was good,
but it wasn't as good as what we've experienced on all the Holland America cruises.
Yeah, true.
But I have to say, we went to the theatre.
It was still very enjoyable.
The theatre shows were very good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was still very enjoyable. But in my humble opinion, it wasn't as good as what Holland America offers.
Not from a live music. No. From a show point of view, we're a bit worried because the first show, the sound wasn't right. And we're thinking, oh my gosh, is this the talent that's on stage? But actually, the next 2 shows that were on were excellent and they sorted whatever issues were. And it was a very good team on performing.
Yes, it was.
Bonnie's here. So did you enjoy my birthplace, Brooklyn? We had a lovely time. We were so lucky when we were on Island Princess that our balcony cabin actually faced New York when we were stuck there for 3 days. So we had fabulous views just watching the river activity and stuff. I'd have been a bit gutted if I was facing Brooklyn. No disrespect to Brooklyn, but it's quite more picturesque so you could see the sunrise and the sunset, etc. So let's have a look here. Craig's asked if anyone's done Azura, so if you can help Craig, please do. Strike saying the Celebrity River Cruise looks amazing. Do you plan on trying them? Let us know what's so amazing about it, Striker, because I want to know what's so different about it than others, because we haven't had a chance to have any look at yet. Rob's here, so good evening, guys.
Robert.
Let's have a look to the next question. Colette saying she loved Azura, so that's for you, Craig. Yes, Jeff said you're right, Paulie. The Gulf is essentially the mouth of the St. Lawrence River. Good job, Paul. On our way to Sydney, Nova Scotia.
I know my way around the world, Jeff.
There's a lovely little cider place in Nova Scotia we went to.
There is, yeah.
In
I
Sydney.
got some nice cider.
Yeah. Claire said, how did Carole like the Osmo 3? Well, this is going to be a very interesting one, Claire, because I practiced all the time. For those of you who don't know, my GoPro has been frustrating me because the battery keeps overheating. And I wanted something lighter, something fresher, something that was a little bit easier to manage.
And she's not talking about a man.
No.
She's talking about the
So
camera.
we've purchased an Osmo Pocket 3, which is the smaller, which is this. Which I've got here, which as you can see is very small. It sits there, but as you can see at the top, there's a gimbal. So when you turn it on, you'll see that the gimbal will start turning around and doing its own thing. Well, the issue that I had was trying to control this gimbal while I was doing stuff. I do a piece to camera, and then I'd look at it, and I'm like, Paul, it's facing the ceiling. And then we do a bit more, and that was facing our feet.
So basically, this blog is either going to be of the ceiling of our cabin, our feet, or just random stuff.
It is. So I think we'll be able to use the footage, but by about day 7, I got used to it, I think, and mastered it. And the Cruising Canucks who we travel with, they were such good friends. We laughed so much. Jerry is very tech savvy, and I was saying, Jerry, help me. And he was lovely when he bless him. So it'll be interesting to see, Claire, but it's certainly been a huge learning curve. So it'll be interesting to see what footage we've got. So let's have a look there. So Kevin B for some Thatchers and Savino blog to wet Louis' head. So thank you so much, and hopefully you're having a better day, a good day today, isn't it? Because you've got things going on. So that'll be but that's so kind. Thank you so much, so much. People just, do you know what? And I'm going to get emotional again now. People are just so lovely. We when we travel now, obviously we've got a lot of patrons of people that we've got to know so well, and we had the pleasure of meeting Kevin twice when we were out. We had the pleasure of meeting Joseph and Michael. We had the pleasure of meeting
Jackie. Is it Jackie?
Jackie, Dave, and Pete. I was thinking of Louis. I kept thinking Louis. It's not Louis.
It wasn't Louis.
Pete, Jackie, and Dave, who came all the way from New Jersey to see us and take us out to Little Italy in the Bronx, which we're going to tell you about in our social posts. And the kindness of people. I hope I haven't missed anyone off, which I'm sure I have.
No, that's who we saw in...
but the kindness of people just blows me away. And I just want to say thank you to everyone that's met us. And we've got so many meetups planned when we go into Seattle. We've got so many meetups. We're doing a big meetup in Gloucester with our patrons as well. And it just melts our heart, doesn't it? How we've now got all these amazing friends around the world. So thank you so much. And I think it's just amazing.
And I think when I say this, our community... I just think that people out there, this announcement we made, I genuinely think that you lot out there will be thrilled with our announcement, because I think it's just like a big family. It's like a big old family.
It's amazing.
And
it's hard to explain how we feel and how thankful we feel.
And I don't think it's an exaggeration to say that it's changed our lives.
It
has changed our lives, and obviously for the better.
Yeah.
Apart from a few of you, but. I wonder if she was paying attention for that last bit.
No,
it really does. It's amazing.
We can't thank you enough. Tony saying welcome back before you're off again on your next event to Alaska. Yes. Barbara's asking, how did your niece do at racing?
She finished 6th in the final, which everybody concerned is absolutely chuffed to bits with. Unfortunately, only top 4 get a trophy, but she still got a trophy for making the final. And bearing in mind it was the national final, so all the best, all the great and the good from all over the British Isles. Just absolutely chuffed to bits for her. And very, very proud.
She did very well.
We had lots of wonderful stuff going on over the weekend.
We did. It was amazing.
I found it was a bit selfish that she missed our live, because she would have rather race in the national final. But other than that...
Laura says, Justin and Carole, maybe you can edit it on the flight as well when you fly back over. I could do, but those little tables aren't very big, and they were in economy, so...
So, listen to this. at 2:00 this morning. We're both there, and this isn't a criticism of my wife because I love her dearly, but I didn't know this. So and I know anybody who knows anything will know this is the worst thing you can do. But when Carole can't sleep, she looks at her phone and she plays games on her phone, and they say it's the worst thing because
it sends me to sleep
because it's a whatever light it is.
Yeah.
But I rolled over, and even though I had my eyes shut, she was going between two screens. One was a white screen, one was a purple screen. And even through my eyelids, I could see the color change. So how bad must that be for your eyes if you can see the color change with your eyes closed? And then she came out with the classic. I said, well, I just might get up and go and watch some bit of television, mate. She said, or we could do some work.
I was thinking
at 2:05 this morning. I said, I'm sorry, mate, but that's a no from me.
Mark saying Daddy Warbucks. That's funny.
Does that mean I have to shave my head, though?
Maybe. Oh, Nick and Tracy just in here from us for more Savvy Blanca and Thatcher's Go. Thank you so much, guys. That's really kind. Oh, we will certainly be celebrating with family this weekend, won't we, Pauline?
We most definitely will.
So, where were we? Gosh, this jumps around. Bonnie saying in Bermuda were the police wearing Bermuda shorts.
They weren't wearing Bermuda shorts, but I do have to say, there wasn't tons of police about because I don't think there's much of a crime rate. But their police cars were absolutely identical to British police cars.
They were.
Because they drive on the left-hand side of the road and the steering's on the right-hand side of the car. So it's very, and I think is it still part of the British Empire? I believe it is, isn't it? So,
and if you are traveling to Bermuda and you're not used to, be careful on the roads because sadly, there was a fantastic piano player on our cruise who was a Canadian guy, and he was looking the wrong way on the streets and walked out into traffic and had been in a really bad accident. Thankfully, he survived and he's on the mend. However, just be wary. Wherever we travel, we've got into habit now of looking both ways. Yeah. Me, because I'm normally always confused anyway. But please be careful because if you're not used to that, because we had interesting conversations with Jerry and Jill, didn't we? Because obviously they drive on the other side, and Paul said I'd be so comfortable here, and Jerry's like I wouldn't be comfortable turning right and into traffic and all that sort of malarkey. So just be aware and just have your wits about you. JBM sort of asking about DJ Pocket 3, so hopefully we asked that. Kath saying hello, do you feel jet lagged? Hopefully we're looking quite refreshed, but I think if we hadn't been bouncing back to come and see our little bubba, then I think
the key tonight is to try and stay up as late as possible. You know, if we can do like a midnighter tonight.
Yeah.
I've got some car stuff to do tomorrow. I've got some MOT bits and pieces to do for one of our friends. And
I've got
talking about MOTs. Who was it had the MOT issues?
Catherine.
Do you know, that just makes me so angry in our Discord. That
you're not angry at Catherine.
Not angry at Catherine.
Catherine was asking for some advice on an MOT.
This is what I always get. Carole's sister's car MOT'd. I get my friend Jill's car MOT'd, who I'm doing tomorrow. I get Lucas's girlfriend Tess, who's just bought little Louie into the world. I get her car MOT'd. And the reason I do it is many years ago, Carole's sister Jane took her car for an MOT, and the garage properly had her pants down, which is what's happening at the minute with Catherine, did you say?
Yeah.
And she's now frightened to drive her car because of what they've written on the MOT, and it's absolute baloney what they've written.
Yeah.
And it really, really annoys me. And when the motor trade gets a bad rap, it's because of people like this garage.
Yeah.
Who all they're trying to do is prey on the unsuspecting.
Yeah.
And I was in I went to get when I used to use an MOT station in Gloucester, and I stopped using them because they came out and there was a lady in the waiting room and said, oh, well, you know, I need to tell you that your tires have only got 5 mil on them. And she said, oh, really? Oh, okay. So she had 2 new tires. The legal limit is 1.6 millimeters. So her tires were 3 times the legal limit. They probably had another 2 or 3 years left in them at least. But she bought 2 new tires because she didn't know, and they advised her to do that. And that was the last time I ever used them, because it just drives me mad that people would do that.
Yeah. Just want to say
So
as
any
well,
motor trade questions, I'm more than happy
to
answer
our
and point
members,
you in the right
etc.,
direction, because it really
Yeah.
makes my blood boil that people do that.
Claire's just saying, congrats you both becoming grand vloggers.
Grand vloggers.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. That's really kind. So, yeah. Oh, right. So
Now, because of all these, pretty much all these super chats have all come through because of Louis. So because they've all been because of him, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that money, and every time I have a drink, I'm going to think
no. We've got to have a little account for him, haven't we? So we
Yes.
can put some money in there for him too. So Donna's asking, have you had any experience of having to cancel a cruise? Desperately hoping we don't need to, but friend and I have had unexpected issues coming up. We both have insurance to cover us. Any tips? Read the small print in your insurance and speak. If you've got a travel agent, get their advice too. That'll be my 2 things to do. Would it you, Paulie?
What you will find on your paperwork is it will say when you cancel, and it'll be like a year before, 6 months before, 90 days, blah, 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 blah. And it'll have a different figure of how much money you will lose. Now, if you've got your insurance and it's a legitimate reason why you can't go, then there's no reason why your insurance shouldn't pay out. But that's another reason, to go on a very small tangent, that when you book if you're booking a cruise in 2 years' time, get your travel insurance in place now. As soon as you book that cruise, get your travel insurance in place now. Because if you, and I speak to people and they say, oh, well, yeah, I'm going on a cruise in, in January next year, and they'll get their insurance in December. And it's like, well, if anything happens in the meantime, that you're knackered. Because once you've paid your balance, from then on, it's a ticking time bomb of how much money you're going to lose if you haven't got the insurance in place. It doesn't cost you any more. It probably costs you less to do it that far in advance.
Yeah,
so
totally. Ted's asking, how was Jones Beach on Labour Day? Do you know it wasn't crazy? We thought it because of being a holiday while we're there. It was lovely and a beautiful, beautiful place. Long Island was lovely. We went out to Fire Island, to the lighthouse, and we went to Jones Beach, and we had a lovely lobster roll. At Gatsby's, which is a fantastic bar area.
Our tour guide was
he was
a bit ropey.
We laughed so much. It was absolutely amazing.
What I will say, Ted, is when we came out to go and meet Kevin, we started walking to Grand Central Station, and it was just like, when you see one of those like an apocalyptic film, like a zombie whatever, and there's no cars anywhere.
It was really quiet. And
you're looking around, you're thinking like, you look in the red man or whatever colour the man is when you're crossing the road over there, and you're thinking, oh, we can't cross yet. And then you look, and there's not a car for as far as the eye can see.
It was quite eerie, wasn't it?
It's like, is it definitely 10 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, it was fun. But Kevin had told us that, the people leave the city the weekends and obviously on public holidays. So that's pros and cons, because if you are going and traveling to New York, we found out that it has its pros because there's less people around. However, it has its cons because some things can be shut. So it's, weigh that up. So let's see what other questions we've got here. Frank and Jen saying, I'm glad you made it home safely now. Time to prepare for the next trip. Yep. 2 loads of washing done. We're going to do another load after we finish here, aren't we, Pauline?
Yeah.
JBM's Traveler, do you think a thumbnail is an important thing to get right, and why? Very much so. People that don't know you, you'll always get, when you have a YouTube channel, you always get people that come back regularly, which are your core supporters, which obviously most of you guys here, which is awesome. But if you're trying to attract new followers, then your thumbnail must be what's the word, attract curiosity or intrigue, so they're thinking, oh, that looks interesting. So it is very, very important, but
putting a stupid face is not compulsory.
No.
Even though lots of bloggers do it.
I know.
Even if a stupid
face. I mean,
we've got stupid faces.
Sometimes that has a purpose, doesn't it? Because sadly, thumbnails that have got something negative on get more it's called CTR, click-through rate, than those that haven't. So we always make sure that our thumbnail is always relevant to what's in that video. So don't put something on there that's not relevant to that video. But yes, it is very, very important. Lucia's here, so saying, well, guys, you didn't waste any time home already. Thanks for taking long with you in Bermuda. You're very, very welcome.
No problem.
Jennifer's here too, saying you both look sun-kissed.
Well,
We
I
had
was
fantastic
I was
weather.
very disappointed, Jennifer, because we walked around New York a lot,
Yes,
and we didn't bump into
I
you.
know.
I just thought it was every time we went to New York, we would bump into you now, but we didn't. So I was very, very disappointed.
Yeah. And Alan and Mike have just said from one nanny and granda to another, huge congratulations. Thank you so much, Alan and Mike. That's awesome. Oh, it is. It's just special, isn't it? It is awesome. So let's have a look. I just seen a question there about Australia.
How old does Louis got to be before I can take him out for a beer?
18.
Oh, is it too early? Is it?
It's too early
because he's 3 days old.
Hi, Paul Carole. Are on a Saga cruise and one of the optional excursions we'll watch him, which we would love. But worried it's on a rib boat. Any thoughts? Rib boats are very interesting.
We've done a couple of rib boats, and I have to say I thoroughly enjoyed them. But you've got to sit in the seat right, and if you've ridden a horse, Helen, then you're going to be golden.
It depends on the rib boat.
But it depends on the rib boat. So the one we've been on, you've got like a seat that you sit on, like a saddle on a horse, and then you use your legs as a shock absorber. So when you go up and down, it's all in the knees. It's not, savage, but if you sit on there with rigid legs, you're going to come off with a sore back and a sore bum and sore legs. So you've got to have a little bit of a give in the knees to take the bumps. But it might not be that bumpy. But we did. We actually went dolphin watching on a rib boat in Australia. Actually,
we did, but it was like proper seats and like more like a boat. It wasn't really, was it? I think that it is actually. Let me just jot that down while I remember about it. It's. I think if you've got bad back and you've got joints and you've got issues going on, then it's something to have a look at what type of rib boat is it that they're using, because there's so many different types of rib boats. But as Paul mentioned, the experience can be really exhilarating, and we loved it. We loved it. Let's have a look. The scene at Grand Central Station is amazing. It is. It really is. Cruising Fanatic saying, when you visited Bermuda, did Paul burst into song, full rendition by Barry Manilow?
Bermuda Triangle makes people disappear. Bermuda Triangle, don't go too near. I don't know that song.
So Anna Mike said, did you have food inside Grand Central Station? Mike had the most amazing lobster roll. We didn't this time because we were always on our way to meet people to have some food. But last time, what was the name of the place we had that brownie from?
I always get it wrong. Is it Zorro's?
Zorro's. Yeah, we've eaten. But there's fantastic food options in there. Absolutely excellent. Let's see what we've got here. So we've got, let's have a look. So Penelope's given us a super chat too. So thank you so much, Penelope. That's really, really kind. And Dark Peak Lasser said, welcome to the world, Louis. Oh, thank you. It's very, very kind. It's just, it's pretty awesome, isn't it? Pretty awesome. So let me get that one there. Let's have a look. What other questions we've got?
There was a question I saw there. So you're going too fast, huh?
I know. I need to go back up to the food one so we don't try and miss any questions.
Where is it? There, look.
Lynn Pierce has asked, Paul, what do you think about Levy going? My husband is thrilled.
Now, do you want to explain who that 98% of the feed now is going, who? Tottenham's chairman is Daniel Levy, and he's been their chairman for 25 years. You have to say, from a business point of view, business, he has done a spectacular job. And he's managed, while he's been there, to build £1 billion stadium, which is the best in the world. But unfortunately, he doesn't like spending money on players. And that's why we haven't had the success that maybe we should have had. So let's now see. And even in the statement, they did mention that they would be trying to pursue more glory after, obviously, we won the Europa League last year, which is the first trophy in 17 years. I genuinely think he is a Tottenham fan, but he needed to get his hand in his pocket more, and he wouldn't. So he's been there 25 years. Who's going to replace him? I don't know. But isn't it ironic that he announces he's stepping down a day after or 2 days after the transfer window ends, so they can't buy any new players? But still, enough of that. But yes, I'm as your husband.
You were joyous when you were next. You said to me, "You're not going to believe this."
I'm very, very pleased. Carole knows nothing about football, but she knows that Daniel Levy needs to spend more money on.
Yeah,
balls.
I do know that. Terry's just saying hello from smoky Kalispell, Montana. Lots of forest fires around us. Oh, sorry to hear that. Love your QM2 videos. You two are the best. Thank you very much.
Oh, cheers,
Thank
Terry.
you. Catherine said Crease Releases, the one I've got. It's amazing. It is. It's like, and Anne saying Lenore Crease Spray for years. It is. It's just, it is a game changer. It really is a game changer. So if you want to see the one that we use, just go to our Paul and Carole Amazon store and get it ordered now because it's absolutely awesome. Carol saying that she flies to New York City 5 weeks from today to get on the Enchanting Princess on October the 11th. Your New York City information is so helpful. You're very, very welcome. Let me just see if we're going on here. So many people saying congratulations. Thank you so much. It's just awesome. I can't show everything, so we'll be here all. And in color, I guess right. Oh. Oh, welcome to the world, Louis. Yes, indeed. Do you know you cuddle a little grandbaby? They just smell just lush.
Well, I don't know, so I've never cuddled one before.
Oh, it was just lovely. So beautiful news. Thank you, everyone. Congratulations. Wonderful news. So thank you so much for all that. New babies are so wonderful. They are, Terry. They are. Mark Bedine saying, oh, lovely. So
what's great as well,
Nanny Carole and Grandpa Paulie. If
they start crying and pooping their pants and all, you can hand them back.
Exactly.
He didn't cry the whole time.
He didn't. He's just snuggled and he was lovely. So, so thank you all for all that wonderful comments. That's awesome. Craig's asking a question here. What's the general luggage allowance when doing fly cruises? Do you get more or still the standard amount? For us, when we fly, our maximum normally is 23 kilograms, but some airlines do 20 kilograms from the UK, so check. Obviously, if you're flying premium economy like we did before, we had a lot more luggage allowance and we took 3 cases, which was good. So, but for regular flights, but each airline might be different, so check with the airline that you're looking at and check the dimension as well, because some are very strict, particularly on hand luggage. Ken goes to hugs and kisses all around. Congratulations. Thank you so much.
I mean, you know, Ken and Lindsay, we don't need an excuse to celebrate.
It is amazing. Grace is saying you're going to be the best grandparents. I think Paulie gives Grampy vibes.
Grampy? Well, Lucas, my son, he calls my dad Grampy.
Yeah.
So that was one of the strong contenders.
Oh, dear. What lovely photos of both the baby and Quevelin. What's Quevelin? I'm not sure if that's is that a typo. Little Louis can fit in your carry-on. Questions, JB, does he look like Paul? No. Well, he's got Tessa's little nose, hasn't he? And he just looks a right squidger.
A right squidger.
Sue says, lovely. We have one grandson, nearly 7. It's amazing. Oh my God, he's adorable. So thank you so much. Grandad Paulie. Carol saying her daughter was £8, 13 ounces, nearly 50 years ago. Big Daddy. I was in Grandpa.
Is Mark just going through like
wrestlers?
Like things from films. Because the first one was Daddy Warbucks, which is Annie. Big Daddy was that was a Adam Sandler film as well as a wrestler.
Yeah. Corinne's saying Papa. That's nice, Papa. Nana and Gramps, Tina saying, Morris saying Grumps. Yes, I think you got it right.
He doesn't know me that well yet, Morris. He soon will.
That's called Grumps. Oh, dear. Grumpy Paul, Grumpy Grumps. Yeah, see, they've sussed you out.
I don't like it already. This is all...
My Rob's been nice. Papa Paul. Lovely. And Frank and Jen are saying, Papa Paulie and Mamo. Carole, it's a southern name for grandparents. Oh, okay. That's unusual, isn't it? Mamau. Oh, let's have a look. Nana Carole and Papa Paul. Oh. Dark saying, Dark Peak Lass is saying, enjoy those baby snuggles with Louis and NHS midwife. I'm lucky enough to get lots of baby snuggles.
Oh,
you are.
Yes.
You are. So
a definite bonus of the job.
And Christine saying, Chris is Nanny and I'm Pampy. Best thing ever being Krampus. They are our world. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'm done with him now, to be honest. I mean, I had that couple of hours.
How
That's
about
it.
Pops? Polly Pops. A few people have said that, haven't they? Lots of babies news. Yes, already. Yes. Obviously, we knew this was happening when we were in the lighthouse on Fire Island. Paul's like, oh, look, there's a little book that had all different.
Like a sensory book with colours and touches and stuff. So I'm already experienced grandfather. Already bought him a present.
Correct. So we are Grandma and Grandpa. Very nice. Nana and Papa. That's quite. I think that's quite an American thing, isn't it? Papa and Papa. Yeah. Mark's now saying, "Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy?" Oh dear, you got far too much time on your hands in that lounge, Mark, in Doha. Oh.
I know Mark doesn't drink, but maybe he's trying a few. I don't know. He's coming out with a lot.
Ted's saying the best thing about being a grandparent is getting the kids all sugared up and sending them home.
That's it.
Yes, exactly. Oh, JB saying actually call him Grandad Pauline. Mark saying great news. Sheila's crying too. Oh, bless you guys. Fab photo of the pair of you. We all called Grandad and Nana. The best thing about being Krampus, you can hand them back. It is indeed. So let's have a look. People just saying what wonderful news. So thank you so much. Cruising Fanatics, such to you as well. Gramps or maybe Grumps. Oh,
sorry to my feelings now.
Lynn said she's got 6 grandchildren, 24 to 15. Love them to bits. Enjoy a little when they grow up very quickly. Indeed. Grandad, Nana. Barbara's saying my grandson brought sunshine into my life. The feeling is amazing. It is an awesome feeling. So let's see.
So Barbara usually gives us a weather forecast.
But some sunshine.
But she's put sunshine
exactly.
today for my grandson. How cool
but you know, the best thing is the snuggles. We're up the drive and jumping into the armchair to Nana. Oh, the love. Yes. Exactly. So Ken saying, glad you had a good experience in National Express. That's who we are using. Yeah, definitely. Sure. We are definitely. In fact, our trip for Seattle, we haven't booked going or getting back at the moment. So that's one of our jobs tomorrow because we wanted to see how it would work and then just work out if it's going to be worthwhile doing that for getting there. Trudy's just saying, so thrilled for you. Realise, Paul, your wallet will forever be open there because grandchildren have a way of wrapping the size of your little finger, but you can only be called Grandad Paulie.
It's not just grandchildren that always want the wallet open.
KB in the UK say, how many big cracks on the happy event? What was your route on National Express getting home and how long did it take? We went via, our first stop was Cirencester. So we
Cirencester, Cheltenham, Gloucester.
Yeah.
I believe it was 10 to 8 in the morning and we got into Gloucester about 20 to 11. Yeah. So a little bit shy of 3 hours.
Yeah, which we were very, very happy with.
There was quite a lot of traffic at the beginning, wasn't there?
Yeah, it did thin out when we got more towards Gloucestershire. But yeah, so it was about 5 stops because it was Cirencester, then it stopped like in Long Levens and stuff, didn't little stops. Cheltenham, it stopped twice, didn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah. Papa Paulie, Jeff saying. And Annie's saying, today's word of the day, replica. Yeah, it is.
So even Carole couldn't have an original replica. She's had a replica.
A replica. Audrey says, you need to be grandma because a nanny is a goat. Congratulations all around. It is, but I think grandma makes it feel so old, like an old it's like very, very old. And I think I'm still young and I think I like a nana. Bonnie saying Coral Princess is brilliant. Yeah, I would love to go on that ship because
Are you still hot?
Are you cold now?
My arm's freezing.
Oh, is it? Sorry. JB and Shram said, can you fix the Virgin Cruise app? No.
Nobody can fix that.
Rose is saying that Celebrity River is going to have 8 restaurants and bars and 24-hour dining and a magic carpet. Oh my gosh. I need to have a look at this because why would you need a magic carpet for disembarking on a... So you've got me intrigued, Rose. You've got me intrigued.
Well, the interesting thing about that is if it's got a magic carpet, that means that nothing can dock alongside it if it's anything like the one on the river, on the ocean cruise ship. So that's quite... And
I can't see them having bragging rights for the docking positions in all the cities because Viking rule the rivers. And, you know, how far are they going to be out? So lots of questions, isn't there? So it'll be interesting when they start, which is, well, let's let everyone else try them. And then realize what the issues are and then go on them when it's all sorted out. That's the way we look at cruises now, isn't it, Paulie?
Sure.
Anna Mike said, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Yeah, thank you for everyone watching our lives. Give us the thumbs up, and also afterwards, leave us a comment afterwards too, because that always helps.
Leave us a lovely comment about Louis.
Yes.
So if you say, "Oh, I don't know what to comment about," lovely little comment about Louis, and that'd be great. That'll make our days as well.
Oh, so many lovely comments here. Thank you so much. We love you because you're natural and friendly. We feel you're lifelong friends. Well, thank you so much. Thank you. So Alistair, who is saying, would you do a Japan and Korea cruise after your land-based tour? We did the NCL from Turkish and it was fabulous. We would definitely visit. Yeah. We haven't been to South Korea yet, but we'd love to, and we'd love to get back to Japan.
Yeah, I don't think I'd bother with North Korea, but definitely give South a whirl.
Really saying it's hard to describe what the feeling is being a grandparent, but I love being one. That's awesome. So people saying congratulations to Natalie. Yeah, she did brilliant.
She did. She was fabulous. I'm so proud of her. Yes, definitely.
And also Carole saying words can't describe what it feels like. You're very, very true. Let's have a look to see if we've got any more questions. Was that Corey that got hurt in Bermuda?
Yeah,
it was. Yeah. Such a nice guy. We had to he thankfully got to the hospital, and yeah, so he's been careful there at the moment. Shell Cheese is saying, "What's an MOT? Never heard of it before."
And because you're from Canada, I don't know what you have to do in Canada. In the UK, once a car is 3 years old, you have to go for. It has to go to be tested to make sure it's roadworthy. MOT stands for Ministry of Transport. So you have an MOT test. So it's a qualified. It will be a mechanic, but a mechanic has to go and be trained to be an MOT tester. And then once a year, once your car's 3 years old, you have to go and the car has to be checked. And they will check things like tires, brakes, suspension, seat belts, airbags, all that sort of stuff. And there's a list of stuff they check. It can either be a straight black and white pass or fail on items, or there might be an advisory to say your tire's 2 mil, the legal limit's 1.6 mil. Well, they'll say, just to advise you, there's only 2 mil on your tire, so you've only got less than 0.4 to go, or it could be a straight fail. And if it's a very, very dangerous item, they won't even let you take your vehicle from the MOT station if it's deemed to be too dangerous to drive. But it's a thing. But in a twist of irony, once your vehicle gets to an age which I think is about 40 or 45 years of age, it becomes MOT exempt. So the vehicles that needs an MOT more than any other is the one that they say you don't have to have an MOT on. So it's quite a stupid law, but the MOT is only good for the day that you have it done, because you could drive to have your MOT done, but then when you're driving home, so if you had a nail in your tire, that would show on the MOT. So you could go and have an MOT, but when you're driving home, you get a nail in your tire, but it's 10 minutes later, so that will be checked again until 12 months' time. So it's just a roadworthy certificate.
Yes. Just to get the feeling they tell me in the garage as a woman who doesn't know much about cars, you can.
Yeah, they do. Totally, and it makes me very, very sad.
Yeah.
And I'm not being a sexist thing, because there's as many men out there who know nothing about cars as there is women, but it definitely seems to be the women that get preyed upon because they think, she doesn't know nothing, does she? Oh yeah, your giggle stick needs looking at, love, that's going to cost you 600 quid, and it's like, you what? Sorry.
So Donna's saying booked insurance year, then had health issues, but then even if you got your insurance booked, you have to just inform them what's going on. So you have to make sure it's updated if you get health issues. But at least you've got your insurance in place. But yes, you need to update it, and
and as long as you didn't have those health issues at the time, then you'll be fine.
Yeah, because we've had to do that, and it's fine. You just have to add on to it. So Life Laughs and Solo Adventure saying hello from Queensland, Australia. Recently found your channel, I think you're great. Well, thank you that. Natalie said, sorry for missing your Sunday live. I was kind of busy. Thanks for the congratulations.
It was our pleasure, Nat. We were chuffed to bits.
We were chuffed to bits. Jeff to bits.
The good thing about it was they were showing it live on YouTube. So I was trying to watch it in between doing stuff, but I always managed to be just too late to watch it live. So I was usually getting messages. So I sort of knew how she'd done before I watched it. But chuffed and thrilled nonetheless.
Yeah. Barbara said, I thought your big news that you won the Wave Awards. No,
no, this is proper.
Louis is much more exciting though, and you'll have many years of joy. Exactly that. I know some people are watching this thinking, oh my God, it's not cruise news, but we know that our community want to know what's going on with us, and we wanted obviously you guys to know. Yeah. Let's have a look at before we head off. Zaro's, Kevin B. Yes, that's the place in the bottom of Grand Central.
Oh, you said it began with Z and it was like Zorba's, didn't I?
Yes. Steinward Madchen is asking, long time no see, how is the IMI control in US? Are there any differences from a year or two? It was really good.
We've been to the US a few times, and the immigration is the one thing that's a massive pain in my derriere. And they usually drag it out and just make it as painful as possible. It was an absolute breeze because we've been a few times and we've had the retinal scans and what have you, and fingerprints and all that. We didn't even have to do fingerprints this time.
Nope.
It was just walk up to like an iPad thing.
Take a picture.
Yeah, look at that. Block, thumbs up, come up, thumbs up, come up like that.
Yeah.
And on you go. It was.
We had our ESTA, which is attached to our passport, which we have to have as obviously British going into the US, but it was no problem at all. Teen says new baubles. Yes, we got one from Times Square off Kevin B, so that's up. And obviously I just put our one from our inaugural group cruise up as well. So yes, just a few. So yeah,
it's getting to the point where I don't think Carole can hang many more of her balls.
No, we have to get the tree up. Gonna have to get the tree up soon.
It's September, mate. It's nearly time.
Yes. Not long. Let's have a Bonnie saying, oh, Cavelin is like bragging, being proud. Thank you so much. Bampy Pauline.
Bridget Conway got a good, that's a good question.
Where's that, Bridget?
One above.
Bridget, is little Louis getting a poorly panda? He could be.
We'll have to check him to see if he's child friendly, you know, make sure his eyes don't pull out on a big needle or something.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So let's have a look. Bampy Paul. Judy saying, just watched your Holland America video. Singapore looks fab on my bucket list, but how long before we got over the jet lag? We struggled. We had 3 days beforehand. In fact, let's talk about our videos now, because we had 3 days beforehand where we stayed at the Pan Pacific. But when we got on the, we were still tired. So if you haven't watched our first video, this is the first video of the series where it was mostly smooth sailing, but not quite. But I fell asleep on my handbag in the buffet. So.
And after I was saying, don't pull a stupid face on a thumbnail, that wasn't me pulling a stupid face. That was actually my face.
On the photo that I took the background off. And obviously tomorrow we've got number 2 coming in, which is first impression of food fail. So things went all smooth sailing there on Nordam. And we've obviously got our balcony cabin aft, balcony cabin out, and also into Signature Suite. So we've got quite a bit of Holland America stuff on there. I got to pop that up again. Look at that.
I was just looking at that. Say, put that up again.
So,
and what you can't see, now I know Nick's going to love this, is I had my Thatcher's Gold.
You did not?
Yes, I did. I had my Thatcher's Gold. I had my Thatcher's Gold t-shirt on. So Louis is actually snuggling up to the Thatcher's Gold emblem. So it's like some sort of subliminal message. I must have Thatcher's Gold. And he'd be saying that now. And I'll, you know, and as soon as he's old enough, that'd be the first thing he'll cross his lips, I bet.
No. Anyway.
It'd be Prosecco, wouldn't it?
Jen Casey is saying, I like the sound of Grandpop, Paulie.
Grandpop. That sounds like a big dessert, doesn't it?
Cavelin is Yiddish for bursting with joy. Alison said, grandchildren are a reward for not killing your teenagers. Oh, dear. So let's see. Graham saying we are doing Alaska on Celebrity Solstice on the 14th. Can you give us any tips and recommendations as of your first time on this ship? We've not done Solstice, but we've done Eclipse. Get yourself to the Martini Bar because that's a lot of fun.
A lot of entertainment at the Martini Bar. Nick and Tracy's done Solstice, haven't they?
Yes, they are. Yeah. They're doing.
So they're in the chat. They might be able to point you in the right direction. But if there's anything like the Beyond, we loved most.
An eclipse.
Oh, it's like the
It's
eclipse.
like the eclipse.
Oh, it's like the eclipse. Yeah, they're good ships. I think they're
lots of entertainment
yeah.
around the ship. If you love joining in with entertainment, there's loads going on. It can be a bit noisy, so if you like quiet, find yourself a quiet space, because there wasn't that many, was there, to find a quiet space. But you're going to Alaska, where we're going to be in a few weeks too, so it's awesome. Let's have a look, because let's see if we've got any more questions. Catherine later said, I saw the promotion day for Celebrity River Cruise. The entry price was $2,999 per person. Priority booking sold out with the first few hours. Yeah. Let's have a look. Have we got on? Congratulations on being grandparents. We were aboard an island princess on Monday. Did you have the princess transfer the ship? If so, what time did they collect you from the hotel? I didn't even know
that they did a transfer.
Well, I did, but we were with friends, so we were we got there with friends, and we shared a cab, didn't we?
We did.
It seems, talking to Joseph and Michael, it seems that we were ripped off because the locals would pay a lot less than that. We got $85, but again, leaving our hotel from the centre, we spoke to the bellboy guy, who was lovely, and we had to pay $85 to JFK. So it seems to be, for tourists, that seems to be the going rate. In fact, Uber didn't work so well. Uber was far more expensive in New York this time. So it's always difficult, isn't it, when you're traveling. Congratulations on baby Louis. It's true, people love you because you're so natural, so relatable. Again, thank you for enabling us to make some lifelong friends. Oh, you're so welcome.
It's welcome. I think it's wonderful.
Jeff is saying the MOT is called an e-check.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Let's see about any other questions we've got, because obviously we've gone well over, haven't we? So any other question?
I see Bonnie there.
Give Louis a snuggle from Auntie Bonnie.
I think Louis has got quite a lot of new auntie and uncles tonight.
He has. I'm Nana. My hubby is Brum because he looks after all our cars. Maybe just need to see what happens.
I'll put this to put Grace's up.
Should have been Louis Thatcher's Gold Tottenham Morgan. Brilliant. Well, thank you so much for everyone joining us today and joining in with our amazing news. We can't wait to go back and have some snuggles over the next few days. And thank you just for joining us, and thank you for being the amazing community they are. And thank you everyone in New York that made our trip. They're absolutely immense, wasn't it, Paulie? And we can't wait to get back.
And thank you for not crying when you made the announcement.
Yes, thank me for not crying. Oh dear. So anything else to add, Paulie?
I've got nothing
at all. Grampy Poppy, Popsy Paulie.
Don't forget, video out tomorrow. Don't forget, lots of lovely comments about Louis after this live, because this, tell YouTube that we're great, which obviously we are because you told us. And our video's out tomorrow, and we'll see you this time next week, because it's another Thursday, a Thursday live, 2 Thursdays running. What are the chances?
I know. So thanks again, everyone, and we will see you next Thursday. Cheers.